Hi everyone, it's Aga from EurekaCrystalBeads.com and I'm here with another fun beading video for you. Before I get started, just a quick reminder to check out the rest of our channel, and if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so we always know when we're posting new content. On our channel we posted a tutorial for these cute earrings, which are called Tiny Diamond Dangles. And you can make them using one of our beadway boxes that's made as a little bit of a cross between a mini bead collection and a beading kit, because it's specifically for this design, and the only things you need in addition are some findings, jump rings, thread and needle. So you can buy a beadway box for this particular design, the Tiny Diamond Dangles, in 3 colorways. Let me just show you. So this is a colorway which we call Nocturne. This is Reverie and this is Sestina. I don't know if you can relate to the music references, but they are all really cute, and you can buy specific boxes to make these. But as you may notice, they are really tiny and they don't use many beads. So what I want to show you today is what other, and I mean lots of wonderful other things you can make out of a single beadway box. In here I use the Nocturne colorway, so the basic one, and one box yields about 40 to 44 of these tiny diamonds, and to my surprise, Toho 8.0s were the first to run out, so you still have a lot of bugles to go around. And here what I will show you today is how to make this cute, really simple bracelet that looks very nice on the wrist. This amazing and pretty elegant, I think, necklace with a star connector in the center, and 3 different pairs of earrings, all using the Tiny Diamond Dangle tutorial. And the only other things you're going to need is some findings, so some earring posts, some clasps, chain, and a bunch of jump rings. Let's start with 3 other ways in which you can make earrings out of the Tiny Diamond Dangles. Starting with this one. So you're going to need diamond dangle. You're going to need one rod connector that it has 2 sides. It has 2 holes on both sides. One earring post. And you can use one with a jump ring that's like in the same direction as the post, or that is like opposite, but you're just going to have to add another ring. And you're going to need 1 jump ring. To assemble all of this, I'm also going to be using pliers, and I recommend pliers that are flat on the inside, and at least one of them I would recommend to have like a tapered edge, so you can more easily catch and hold the jump ring. Here I have, I think 22 or 23 gauge jump ring. Thinner is better. You can use 20 gauge, but here I have 20 gauge and it's pretty thick, so it barely fit through my 8.0, but you can use it if you don't have anything else and it will work. So basically all you need to do is open your jump ring like that, put the diamond on it, take your rod connector and put it on the jump ring also, and then you just close the jump ring. And the only thing left to do is put it on the earring post, and this one opens, so I can also open it very gently because I don't want to rip it apart and tear it from the ball that it is on. Remember, always swivel rather than just like open, so don't open it like that, open it like that. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So just like that. And now I just put the other end of my rod connector. Oops. I just put it over here, or actually I think I'm going to put it on the other side because there's more space there. So it will be easier for me to close this up. So now I just close up. And that is it. We have an earring. You do the same for the other one, and poof, just like that. One more minute, and you have a different pair of earrings. Okay, now let's make these earrings that are really classy in my opinion, with connector in the shape of a teardrop. So for this one you're going to need a diamond dangle if you will, a connector, one jump ring, and one earring finding. And here I have this just really regular earwire. I didn't want to go anywhere extra for this one. So okay, all you need to do is open your jump ring like this, and then you put on your diamond dangle and your connector. Close it up. On the other side, you want to add your ear wire, so I swivel it open. I slide on the connector and close it up. And with these earrings, it's really cool because you can wear it into different ways basically. So you can wear it this way, but if you turn the drop, you can also wear it this way. So it's really two types of earrings in one, two earrings in one. I don't know which way I like better. Okay, the third way and the third earring is this one. And for this you're going to need 6 diamond dangles, 3 in one earring. And as you can see here, I used one that is made only with golden beads, one that is like the basic form, so gold and blue, and the last one is made with all blue beads, all except for the 8 O's. So I have this kind of a gradient going on from gold to mixed to blue, and I really like it. You can also use just, 3 regular diamond dangles for it, no problem. So for this one, in addition to the 3 beaded elements that you made, you're only going to need 3 jump rings per one earring and earring posts. Here I already opened the jump rings, not to bore you with opening them on the recording. I'm starting with the bottom, so the blue diamond dangle. Put it on. I put on the middle one on the same jump ring and close it up. Next, another jump ring, and I put on the other end of this middle diamond dangle element and my top gold diamond here. Closing it up. And the final jump ring I connect to the top of that last beaded element. And I also put on my earring post or ear wire, depending on what you prefer. Close it up. And there it is. Very easy. It takes 5 minutes after you have all the elements made. And this is also why I recommend using thinner or high gauge jump rings, because these are pretty thin, so they have a nice dangle to them. If they were thicker, they would not dangle as much. So depends on the preferences. Okay, so these were the 3 different pairs of earrings that you could make with our beadway box. Now let's go on to the bracelet. So this bracelet is very easy. It's basically just tiny diamonds all connected together with jump rings, and in the end I added toggle clasp. You can add any clasp that you like that has like a loop to make it possible to be attached to the bracelet. For this one, depending on the circumference of your wrist, you're going to need from I think 13 to 17, 18 of these diamond dangles. You're going to need a lot of jump rings and a clasp of your choice. And I will just show you very briefly how to add them on. Okay, so basically, just like before, you start with an open jump ring. So I'm opening a jump ring and I'm connecting 2 diamond dangle elements together, connecting them with the top or bottom round 8/0 beads, and just closing the ring between them. So the number of the elements will also depend on the size of the rings that you use. For a super characteristic visual effect, you can use very large jump rings. That will definitely be interesting. Or you can use very small jump rings for a more kind of a detailed look on the wrist. Okay, so this was actually the last one that I was adding, so I'm going to add the end of the clasp now, and for this I'm going to use 2 jump rings. The reason being that A is going to be better length for my wrist, and B, it's good to add 2 jump rings or a little bit more length with this bar, with this toggle bar, because it will be easier to get it through the loop in order to close it. So I'm just adding the first jump ring here, and maybe I'll add a second jump ring right away. I will have to open that and close that, but I can add it already. So closing this one. Now I'll open the second one so that I can add the clasp. Okay, and that's basically all you do to make this bracelet. You connect your elements, your beaded elements, using jump rings, and then just add a clasp at both ends. And it looks really, really beautiful on the wrist. It's quite flowy, and you can make a matching sets of earrings and bracelet and pendants or necklaces, so I think that's really nice. Finally, let me show you how to make this cute necklace with a star connector. By the way, you can use any connector you like that will more or less fit the shape. You could also use the teardrop connector, because if you put it like this, it could also very well work for the shape. But I really like this star connector and I wanted to use it, and it also kind of matches the shape of the beaded elements in my opinion. Okay, let me show you how to make this. Okay, for this one, you're going to need, obviously, the star connector. You're going to need 3, 6, 7 beaded diamond dangle elements. You're going to need chain, and here I have this little tiny, really delicate chain. You can use any chain that you like. Just make sure that your jump rings, of which you're going to need 11, just make sure that they can fit through the chain links, because you're going to want to connect your elements to the chain. Also your clasp. Here I have just a regular small lobster clasp. Okay, let's assemble. For this one, I actually recommend that you start in the center. So I just pick up one jump ring, and they are already opened again. So you open it, you pick up one beaded dangle element and put it on your star. It doesn't matter where really, because they will move around and only settle once it's on your neck. Closing up the ring. Now we're going to be making the side elements. So I pick up one jump ring, one beaded diamond dangle element, and I put it on the connector as well. Closing it up. Another jump ring. And connecting the second beaded element on the side. Closing it up. And the third one. Just like that. And connecting it to the two previous ones. So that's like one side, and I'm going to do the very same thing on the other side. Alright, there it is. This is the central part. Now it's time for the chain. Now, when it comes to cutting your chain, because you're going to need two pieces, roughly the same length on both sides, what I do if I'm making this for myself, I put it on my neck and like center it, then measure how long should a chain be on one side to reach nearly the middle of my neck in the back, so that I can see where this will lay exactly on my body and on my neck after I wear it. So this is the length that I cut off, minus 2 or 3 links, because this is space that I'm saving for the jump rings, so this is the allowance here. So I have 2 pieces of chain. In my case, my neck is around, it has like a circumference of around 13.5 inches, and one piece of chain is roughly 5¼ inches. So this is just, in my case, you can adjust it to your neck. Okay, so I cut off the required amount of chain. So what I do now is I take a jump ring, I put the chain on it. It's very, very tiny, so I really have to struggle to get it on this jump ring. But there it is. And I put it on one side of my 3-element central part of the necklace. Now I can close it up. I do the same on the other side. I take my jump ring, maybe the other way around this time. First the beaded element and then the chain. There it is, closing it up. Alright, all that's left is to add the clasp and the ring for the clasp to close on it. So on one side I add just the ring, or you can use a bit of adjustment chain for regulation, so you can add it on one of the sides as well. But since I measured exactly how long I want it to be, I don't need any adjustment, so I can just put on a single jump ring on this end and a clasp on the other end. Naturally, you can also use a ready-made chain and just, cut it in half or cut off some part of the half, because it's probably going to be too long if you add the length of the central element. Okay, and that's it. Let me just adjust this in here, just like that. It's going to be so pretty, especially with the earrings and maybe the bracelet. Why not? Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope it made you motivated to bead, to create, and to find new ways of using the existing patterns, like our diamond dangle earring design, in your jewelry. If you find any other ways to use it and to use your beadway box in jewelry, please let us know, tag us, comment our posts on Facebook and on Instagram and on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and to like this video if you actually liked it. And remember, you can find and buy this in 3 colorways at eurekacrystalbeads.com. Okay, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!